So it's really interesting what information it tells you, and we do have a particular problem with the flock that we're looking at, because I've got an egg counter here that's hardly working, another one there that's hardly working, there, and there. And I tried to get Big Dutchman Supply when they were here last to have a look at it, and they said they can't. I've now got to get my electrician. But what it does tell me is that that's the number of eggs that they've pulled out of the shed so far, but they all should have this 600 to 800 number coming out, so it's not as many as it should be in terms of this counter. But that's the number of eggs per hour that are coming out. And as the shed packs, and if I go back to shed 1A where they've finished packing it, and you see what it's like when they've completed the shed with 17,800 packed from that shed, and we've still got one counter not working there properly. It is really powerful to come and go look at that and see what your numbers are. And I could dig into it a lot more, but there's no point. But just in terms of the other benefits that we get from the computer, so we can go in to have a look at what's happening pictorially in the shed. So the shed that the eggs are coming out of at the moment is telling me that the target temperature is 21.3, the actual temperature is 25.3, but because of the wind chill factor at 3.5 metres per second, the birds are feeling 19.2, and that's where this system is just so good at being able to keep the birds at that level of comfort. It's 28 degrees outside, and we've got high humidity, so that's why we're not getting the big cooling effect that we like with the evaporative cooling. But just that bird movement, that air movement's doing an incredible amount. The shed actually has 2 ways of cooling the birds, or in cold weather, it has a way of actually going into minimum ventilation, so that the cold air is introduced up at the top of the shed through the mini vents, and it falls and the hot air rises. So you get a natural convection through the shed with only 2 or 3 or 4 fans on. So you haven't got that charge of air, but you've got the birds actually keeping the warmth that you want them to have. So it manages both the cool and the hot side of it. If I go back into, see what we can pick up here pictorially, because we've had a new system installed after 10 years. That's how much water, how many mils of water, and that's how many eggs they've had. That's the temperature. I don't bother putting in my daily mortalities, because with different staff, it's pretty high level. If egg farming was all we did, we'd probably do it there. So we do it manually over here. And then I'm able to know over a flock. You can see the difference in ages. So remember I said these are about 80, these are 60, 40 and 25. So we've got that age over them. But the other benefit is I've got every flock that we have put in here since day one. So we've got an incredible amount of information there.
Wow.
Of what we've been able to achieve and how we've managed our birds. The thing that I find really interesting is that we're now getting around about 400 eggs per bird that is housed, and that's about 11.5 to 12 million eggs out of the flock over the 85-week cycle. Yeah. So multiply that by 4. It's a lot of eggs that you handle. And coming through with the sorts of mortalities, so we've got 6.14 over the life of that flock, 4.1 there, 4.5, 3.03, and 4.57. So you're seeing numbers. Yeah. What you go. So how do you? It's one thing to to sort of feel that things are better, or have a gutty that everything's right. But the figures tell you they don't lie, and it's quite incredible.